It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from Santa Clara. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So you work all week on your opening script, Mike, and what happens? Well, that opening script is going to have to wait until your second possession. The defense comes out with a big stop early. They get the interception, and now it's the opposing team going out looking to take this early lead.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Dream situation here for your first possession of the game, Mike. You go from sitting on the bench thinking you got a couple minutes before you got to take the field. Defense comes away with a huge takeaway on the opening snap of the game. Now, in this sudden change, can you come away with points? Can you reward the defense for creating the turnover and get yourselves out to an early lead?
1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. He's got it at the 7, and he will score. Touchdown, New York.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. His kick is good, and the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Niners offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back, 1st and 10. Purdy on 1st down. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag comes in. They may get bailed out here. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Third down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
But I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run here with the rookie. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. A big play for the Giants. 42 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll run with Tracy. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will extend to a 10-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming, getting started with 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They run once more with McCaffrey. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. So Kittle comes in motion. 3rd and short. Purdy. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. A tight end in motion now. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Here's Purdy again. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He's got a man. That's Kittle. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Down inside the 10. He is in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike, and I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. The kick is good. And the 49ers are on the board. It's 10-7. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Malik Mustafa there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 6. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here comes 3rd and 6. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Giants leading this one early. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. They get 21 on that one. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll turn and hand this one off. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. Third and a yard. They'll try to pick this one up on the ground. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Giants.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
In motion, it's Robinson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to run. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. Now, Gano for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants will get out in front 17-7. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Back to throw. Purdy gets this one into the hands of Jawan Jennings. Purdy now on second down. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That's taken in by Jennings. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
Back to the air again is Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun. They'll give it to McCaffrey. And a nice run. He's got a first down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
On is Moody to add the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This one is hauled in by Daniel Bellinger. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, faking the give. Open man, right side. He's got it. It's a gain of 19 in the air. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Back to the air one more time.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker, and they have turned it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The Niners offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Now he takes off. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk, and he'll take it on in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. His 2nd touchdown of this first half.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Moody now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Jair Brown on the tackle. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man is Robinson. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. 1st down, Giants. He'll drop to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Jaxson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throw, left side, that's Jaxson.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
And now the first carry for Devin Singletary.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Open man, that's Slayton. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Giants first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Singletary now on 1st and 10. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
1st and 10. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
This throw left side, taken in by Jaxson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Look wide, get this one complete. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Handoff here, up the middle, and a minimal gain there, down to the 20. Here's 2nd and 9. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. 49ers offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They hit another 17. Back-to-back plays of 17 yards. And another 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Throwing the out route, and Ayuk has it. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this 2nd half. That grab gets them a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. throw, left side, complete to Pearsall. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
And he gets this one down inside the 10, but it will set up 3rd and goal.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
3rd and goal. It's Purdy. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Gray gonna return it. We'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. Both these offenses have been informal. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this 3rd quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Third and 9. He'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Jacob Cowing deep to receive it. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. Purdy on first down. Open man is Jennings. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. Here's 2nd and 6. Purdy works out of the pistol. That's taken in by Jennings. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
A first down throw for Purdy. He's got it at about the 8, and he'll be taken down.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
On is Moody to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. A carry here for Tracy. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Niners offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That's caught by McCaffrey. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Throwing again is Purdy. He's got the tight end, Luke Farrell. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
They'll throw again with Purdy. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down. Now, stoppage here for an injury. It's Christian McCaffrey who's having an issue down there. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. So Kittle comes in motion. Here's a run. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3rd and goal coming up. They'll drop to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he nearly takes it in, but they're going to say he's short of the goal line. So now it is 4th and goal. So, Jake Moody on in this big situation. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Gray gonna return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Pass pulled in by Tracy. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is hauled in on the right sideline, right inside the chalk. A heck of a catch. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They'll look to throw again. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Now, faking the give. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just 1 more play.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
The faithful roaring here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Gano on to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. That score, too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So the faithful here at Levi's Stadium are rewarded. It's a win for the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.